Hi. You listened, so they lied and keep lying. Let's talk about it. I am your poetic haiku host, Kim B. Miller, the first African American poet laureate for Prince William County, Manassas, and Manassas Park, Virginia, award winning spoken word poet, facilitator, speaker, teaching artist, author. Let's get into today's subject. Well, time for another truth talk, realization, whatever you want to call it. Why is my podcast only 17 minutes? For those you who don't know, I'm a lover of haiku. Haiku is 17 syllables. And I figure if you can get a lot done in 17 syllables, you can get a lot done in 17 minutes. Here we go. You listened, so they lied. Some of you probably were confused at that intro. Let's talk about it though. It could have been your mother, it could have been your father, grandparents, sister, brother, first spouse, first girlfriend, boyfriend. They said a lie about you and you listened, so they continued. Then for some of you, you made it your truth. Well, these people love me, or these people know me the best, or at least they're supposed to. So if they give you a critique, information, realization that they think is accurate, there you are drinking the Kool-Aid and making it a fact. That's what you did. That's why some of you think you're not good at fill in the blank. And you hear me make mistakes because this is live and I don't, if there's a mistake, there's a mistake. I'm human. Fill in the blank. You believed it. So then the lie continued because they saw that you believed it. So something that you were supposed to do that maybe you weren't good at that time, or maybe you were supposed to become superb at, you didn't even try based on what they said. You let them decide for you. And then you put it in a category in your head of they know best, or they understand, or they, whatever, fill in your lie. So now you stopped yourself from something because of that. I say they may have planted the seed, but you're the one who watered it. When I was young, I was a horrible, I've told this story a few times. I was a horrible speller. Spelling wasn't my thing. Great at math though. So if you told me something in math, I would have been like, yeah, I can see that. Spelling, poet? Nah, that's not me. Nope, because that's not my strong point. You don't know what your strong points are until you grow into who you're supposed to be. But you'll never go into who you're supposed to be if you surround yourself with the negativity that was planted in you that you are now watering and calling it advice and calling it information because you've labeled it that instead of saying, is that true about me? Doesn't matter who said it. Is that true about me? And even if it was true about you then, that does not mean it's true about you now. Everybody grows. Everybody changes who they are. You're not that same person when they said it. So why are you allowing that to rule you? Why are you allowing that to decide who you are, who you're going to be, what field of study you're going to, what job you'll take, what your extracurricular activities are, what you're good in, what if you should be a creative at all? You know, people can do more than one thing. But I work at such and such. I didn't say stop working. I said follow your passion. Where's your passion taking you? But if I do that, let's throw in your next handy excuse because I know you have one. Some of us live so far in excuses, we can't even get to the truth. Let me turn this phone off so no one calls me and I have to kill this recording because it has a ringtone in it. Somebody's music that has a contract and copyright, etc. Well, oh, don't think I'm a multitasker. I asked the question. And I know you literally can't answer me, but I know if you're watching, you're answering in your head. How much stuff, greatness have you sidestepped so that you can make sure you stay in the little box that they put you in? Haiku. If you won't think outside of your box, you living in a coffin. Stop letting people who didn't live their life or did live their life or lived in their own box that was set for them decide which box you should be living in. But no one's ever done it before. There's a first for everything. That's in your field of study. That's not what you went to school for. So, well, no one. I know you got an excuse handy. They're so handy, aren't they? Excuses are like friends that you need to drop. If you can tell me the negative, you can tell me the positive. You can tell me what not cannot be done. You can tell me a way to do it because you're using discernment to make those choices. You're using your decision-making skills to make those choices. So if you can tell me how you cannot possibly do it, then you can also tell me how you possibly can do it. Choosing not to. Choosing not to. You're choosing not to. I know your friends don't want to tell you that. I'll be the one. I'll be the mean one. No problem there. You are choosing not to do something you're supposed to be doing based on what someone told you. You listened to the lies, so they fed you some more. And sometimes it wasn't about them being mean, and sometimes it wasn't about them being callous. Sometimes they actually thought you were incapable of doing it. Every piece of advice does not come from a mean place or uh, someone trying to hurt you space. Sometimes they're trying to save you from yourself because they don't want to see you get hurt if you don't succeed or have the sort of success that they think you should have had or think you could have, blah, 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 blah. But just think about all the people who are successful. What if that person never tried? What if that person said, wow, no one from this area, no one from this school has ever made it. No one from this family has ever done it. No one from my friend group. What if all those people said, nah, that's for somebody else? Who's the somebody else? The somebody else is you. It's all a matter of a choice of you to saying, I'm going to try. And there will be some failures on this path because all the people you admire have had failures. There's going to be some failures in this path, but I still will continue on because even in your job, you make mistakes. The quote unquote, the 9 to 5, you've made mistakes and you haven't gone, well, need to quit. But you make a mistake on something that you decided to venture on, your organization, your personal growth, your personal creativity, something you enjoy. You make one mistake and you're ready to quit. But you don't do that on your regular job. You just say, well, I made a mistake. I'll do better next time. Well, you do better next time. Same thing. You'll do better next time. You learn from that mistake. You'll do better next time. You're just going to go, oh, mistake. No, that's not how mistakes don't help if you don't learn from them. And some of them who told you to lie if you can't do it or don't do it or don't try it or go down the safe path always are looking for safety. Some people just like the safe one, the probability path. The probability, and don't look at, these are not technical terms, by the way. The probability path is the path you're most likely to succeed on. And that's what a lot of us has done. I'm going to take the probability path because this one I'm more likely to have success on. You may have success, but an empty success is still empty. That's why some of you have had success in this particular area and you're like, how come I don't feel, I don't know. I mean, I'm glad I'm successful here, but it's not really my thing because you didn't go down the path you were supposed to be on. You went down the safe path, the probability path. And you succeeded in that probability, but you didn't succeed where you wanted to. You didn't go where your heart was calling. And a lot of times you can do both. Again, I'm not one for stretching yourself thin. I'm not one for saying everything's possible. Just juggle yourself crazy. No, I'm not. I am not that person, just so we're clear. But certain things you can do, you can make time for if you want to, if it means something to you, if it's relevant to you. So if you say honestly that you don't have time, then maybe your calendar is full of things that it shouldn't be full of. Haiku. You have calendar fillers, not soul fulfillers. Schedule time with truth. I'm going to say that one again. Haiku rewind. You have calendar fillers, not soul fulfillers. Schedule time with truth. Because you need to make time for the things that fulfill your soul. That's the path. That's why you're not where you want to be. That's why you don't get that feeling. Sure, that project's done, and you're glad the project's done. Sure, that paper's finally written, and you're glad the paper's written. Fill in the blank. Sure, you're happy that, but you're not getting that feeling because you're not on the right path. And you can be on several paths. I'm a believer that you have more than one purpose. Am I saying quit your 9 to 5? I'm not saying that. I'm saying 9 to 5 and what makes you breathe. 9 to 5 and what makes you smile. 9 to 5 and what inspires you. Because sometimes when you do all the other things, you don't need the 9 to 5 anymore. Sometimes you do that well enough and it pays not just the bills, but then some. But you will never earn money in a way that you've never explored. Creativity is just not going to drop down on your lap. You're like, whoa, there's the income from something I never started. No. So it's easy to look back and to say the first person that said this to me or the second person that said this to me was this person. Why did they say that to me? Because I could have done this. And the what ifs will eat you alive. I believe in the what now. Get rid of what if and what now. What am I going to do now to fulfill myself, to get where I need to be, to do some of the things I like? Don't call it a bucket list. Call it a get it done list. Call it a power list. Call it a who gonna stop me now list. Call it a RESPECT. Go ahead, Aretha. List. Call it what it is for you and then start pursuing it. Do it for you, not to prove anybody wrong. Do it for you because that's what it should have been done for in the first place. It was never about them. It was never about their vision of you. It was always about your vision of yourself. The vision you limited yourself on based on some words you got as a child, as a young adult, as an adult, from someone you respected or thought respected you, from someone you thought had your best interest at mind, or someone at least you thought cared. And all of those things can still be true and they still be wrong. Yeah. Now that's something to wrap your head around. All of that could still be true and they were still wrong. They could still love you, admired you, had no malice, thinking of the best things of you, and they could still be wrong. So go do what you're supposed to be doing. I'm not saying just drop everything and run. I'm saying start to plan the growth that you're supposed to be in the industry you're supposed to be in the way you're supposed to be in it, creative or not. Go get started. Take the first step. Make the first plans. But the limit that was put there, either from them or from you, is in your mind, is the seed that was planted. But now it's time to weed out that seed. Fear is a part of growth. and failure is a part of success. So this is not about having a fearless journey. This is not about having 1,000% successful journey. It's about meeting yourself where you're at the time, giving yourself credit for the things you've done, giving yourself credit for seeing you, and starting right now. That's what it's about. Not about looking back and blaming them, because some had great intentions. Now we all know some did not. Some didn't want you to get further ahead than them. Some thought that you'd be successful. Some thought you'd be fantastic. And they didn't want that for you. They didn't want you to be fantastic. If a family member, some of them wanted to be the great one in the family. They didn't want you to be the great one. They didn't want you to be the one that's talked about. Yes, all that's true. So the negative is true too. But it's all not negative. And at this point, the negativity matters only at the fact that you don't stop getting drink out of that well. Because if that negative person is still in your life and you're still allowing them to influence your decisions, now you know, hey, I need to back off because I'm starting to look back and see that a lot of negativity comes from that area. And the ones with good intention, you understand when you talk to them, they're going to come at you with great intentions that could be correct and could be incorrect. But walk your path. Walk your path. There'll be more than one. You'll fall down, you'll get up. Walk your path. Just because it's a path for you doesn't mean everybody's supposed to see it. Walk your path. If you believe in God, listen to him. He'll get you on the path you need to be in and the time frame you need to be in. Walk your path. They may not understand it. Walk your path. I'll leave you with this haiku. Thanks for listening. Thank you for watching today. I'll leave you with this haiku. You are not just here to be the answer to someone else's pain. Live